Yeah. Yeah.
Acknowledge me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What up? Welcome back to another episode of the Dope Sports Podcast, brought to you by DopeContent.com.
Yeah.
We are live here on YouTube, Twitch, and I believe X, Twitter. Let me double check. Yeah, we are. Why does it say NFL trade deadline on Twitter though? What is going on right there? I don't. Let's see. Yeah, it says NFL trade deadline on Twitter.
That's interesting.
And then when I click on it, it keeps saying retry, like it's not working. And it won't let me go live on the Dope Content page, but it's live on my personal page, the K Lou. Or maybe we not. Let's see. Open live video. Oh, okay. We're live.
Yeah, I see. It says NFL Week 12 preview and Week 11 power ranking.
Well, there it is. There it is. So
Yeah.
we are live here. Thank y'all for joining whatever platform you watching on. We gonna keep it short and sweet. It's NFL Week 12 preview, NFL Week 11 recap, power rankings, which should be interesting. This
Absolutely.
week. Power rankings should be very interesting this week. Let me make sure YouTube is good. Twitch, I believe Twitch is good. Twitter is good. So yeah, appreciate you joining, man. We're gonna go ahead play this intro. We gonna play this intro. We gonna get right into some NFL talk. Let's get right into it.
Yo.
There it is. We are once again here for the Dope Sports Podcast, brought to you by DopeContent.com.
Yeah.
We are live once again. First time on Twitch. I'm sorry, on Twitter. We're live on Twitch as well as usual. Live on YouTube as well on usual. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit the like button. It helps go a long way. I forgot to start off because we'll talk about it later though. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. We're gonna get into that after the we do the NFL and everything because
Okay.
I know you. I'm sure you've seen it, right? You saw what happened in that fight.
As in the actual fight itself, or some of the things that happened during the fight?
Yeah. Did you watch the event?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we'll get into it after we get the NFL stuff, man. But thank y'all for joining. WWE fan on Twitch. Did Dope go to the All In thing yesterday?
Oh hell no!
I'm sorry, sir. I still have a regular job that I have to do, so I can't afford to just be going to, random all-in places. I barely watched the AEW show last night, so I think I'm going to go to all-in event or whatever it was. No, I did not. So Tony disappeared. What happened? What happened? Is he back? Let's see. Oh, he came back, then he disappeared again. Let's see. Let's try again.
I'm here.
Bow, there we go.
What's up?
I don't know what happened right there, but you definitely disappeared for a minute. So let's get right into some NFL before you disappear again.
Yeah.
Let's get into some NFL. Week 11 started off. Is there echo? Do you hear echo on my mic, or is it good? We good?
Talk again.
Test.
You sound good now.
Okay, I was hearing something in my headphones. But week 11, we started off last Thursday with the Eagles versus the Commanders. Eagles take out the Commanders 26-18. Philadelphia is 8-2. Washington is 7-4. Jalen Hurts 18-28, 221 yards. Saquon 26 carries, 146 yards, 2 touchdowns in the game. I mean, the Eagles are starting to look real dangerous. Or do you look at it as the Eagles are looking dangerous, or are you looking at it as the Commanders or a fluke?
I guess a little bit of both. I think the Eagles looking like a really solid team. I think they have something they didn't have last year, and that's a running game. And with Saquon performing the way he is,
they had Swift last. Swift was coming.
Yeah, but he ain't Saquon, man. This guy can take over games, and we've seen it happen twice. Where this man is just taking over ball games late in the game. And that's what happened on Thursday. I mean, it kind of was like a very defensive-heavy game. It wasn't really any offensive going on. And then in the second half, it was Barkley. That's for you, Rage.
You see Rage coming on Twitter.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, you just see Saquon take over the game. So, I think Eagles are a scary team. Obviously, their defense is probably the one negative on their team, that they're going to be a liability during games. And of course, if you're an Eagles fan, Sirianni's a liability with his coaching style. But and maybe the kicker, he didn't have a good game either against the Commanders either. But yeah, I think the Eagles are a team to be kind of looking at. I think they kind of flown, no pun intended, under the radar a little bit. And I think they're a team to be reckoned with.
I don't know, because I was still questioning the Commanders, so I'm still kind of unsure.
Right.
For right now, I'm gonna say that the Eagles are legit, but the Commanders, we had question marks about the Commanders. I know we did for at least the last 2-3 weeks, or if they legit or not. So we'll see. The Commanders will take on the Cowboys this week. I don't know if that's gonna mean anything, but we'll get to that once we get to that. They are getting on you on Twitch about spray tanning and trying to look like Adam Cole, all that stuff. So.
What the hell? It's the light, bro. I can't do nothing about the light. I'll lower the brightness next time just for all of you. I'm white. I can't help it. Buy me some spray tan if you want me to use it.
Yeah. It's the same lighting to me. I don't know what's different on their end, but I'm seeing the same. So I don't know what the deal is. But moving on, Green Bay Packers take out the Chicago Bears 20-19. I thought Chicago was going to pull the upset. Chicago was 4-6. Packers are 7-3. Jordan Love 13-17, 261 yards. Josh Jacobs 76 yards on the ground, 1 touchdown. Christian Watson 4 catches, 150 yards. This guy don't start doing this until I get rid of him on my fantasy team.
He's been riding the pine in my fantasy leagues.
I cut him all together.
The majority of the year, because he hasn't done nothing. And again, granted, I think one of those plays were like a 60-yard catch or something like that. So, right. I mean, he did have 4 catches for 150, but majority of them came off 1 catch. So I don't think we should go too crazy.
Yeah.
But like you said, the Bears should have won this game. They get a blocked field goal. to lose a game, kind of like what happened to the Broncos a few weeks ago. I mean, that's horrible. That's a game that the Bears should have won. They looked good throughout the game as well. They kind of held the Packers in check, and then they lose on a game-winning field goal. Again, I think the Bears will be blowing up that team at the end of the year. I think we've been talking about that. Yeah, I think the coach will be gone. I think they're just gonna start with a whole new staff in Chicago. There's no way they keep that coach. I know that he has like one more year, I believe, on his deal, so they may keep him just so they don't have to pay him afterward. But I think at this point, I mean, that Chicago fan base, I think, wants him out of there. I don't think they want him no more, and I don't think he should be a coach. I mean, I think he's proven that he should not be there anymore, and they should go after someone else. Who, I don't know, but I think they should move on for sure.
The crazy thing about Chicago is their defense is actually good this year. But
you
would never know because they can't manage to win games. So Caleb Williams, 23 of 31, 231 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. DeAndre Swift, 71 yards on the ground, 1 touchdown. Caleb Williams had 70 yards on the ground as well. So they rushed.
That's not a bad game from him.
Yeah, they rushed for 179 yards altogether. But receiving-wise, DJ Moore, 7 for 62. Cole Kmet, 3 for 42. Keenan Allen, 4 for 41. So they really didn't get much. 231 yards. I mean, I guess it's good when you're playing a playoff caliber team like Green Bay, but I thought Chicago would be better than what their record is. I thought they would be 6-4 versus 4-6.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, some people had these guys going deep in the playoffs. I didn't. I think that's a little bit of a reach.
Right.
But, you know, to get with Rage saying, will they mess up Caleb? I think you got to move on. I mean, at this point, there's so many other offensive coordinators or even coaches that are out there that you can go out and get that can really help Caleb Williams out. You know, maybe they go after the Lions of offensive coordinator that could maybe make them better. Liam Cohen, the offensive coordinator for the Bucks. I mean, he was in one of the top 3 candidates to become the Bears coach. So I think they're going to be looking at some of these hot offensive coordinators at the moment and go after them. Maybe Cliff Kingsbury gets another look at in Chicago. We'll see. But I think you got to get someone that can definitely help and can draw up an offense that can really help out Caleb Williams.
Diamond Dave said, I'm still not sold on Caleb Williams. Well, we told y'all last year they should have kept Justin Fields and built around him. But, hey, it is what it is. Caleb Williams was the second coming of Jesus. If y'all let
apparently, he was the next Andrew Luck coming out of college, apparently. And
right.
Doesn't look like it to me.
Yeah, so moving on, the Jaguars get destroyed by the Detroit Lions, 52-6. Detroit is 9-1. Jags are 2-9. I don't understand how Peterson still has a job. I've been saying this. We've been saying this for the last 4 weeks. We don't understand why he still has a job, but it is what it is. Mac Jones filling in for Trevor Lawrence, 17-29, 138 yards, 1 interception, no touchdowns. I thought Dak was the only one that threw picks. Jared Goff, 24 of 29, 412 yards, 4 touchdowns. I'm mad because he waited until the week he goes up against me in fantasy. And it's a game I really needed this week to put up these type of numbers, right? So, yeah. But yeah, Detroit overall just dominating, man. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 161 yards, 11 for 11. 11 targets, 11 catches, crazy. 2 touchdowns. Jameson Williams, 4 catches, 124 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, they just destroyed the Jaguars. So let me ask you this: who gets fired first, Doug Peterson or Mike McCarthy?
Dude, you would think not Mike McCarthy, but you would have thought Doug Peterson coming off a 52-6 beatdown that this man would have been fired. So I don't know if the Khans just love this man and they feel like he can make this team up and have another year at it. And Shahid Khan, out of the draft, was like, this is the best looking Jaguars team we have ever had. boy, oh boy, does he? I don't know what he saw in that, but I think Dougie P is gone first. I think this team has given up on him. I think the Cowboys have not given up on McCarthy. I think they're still going out there and playing. I mean, there's you got to be pretty bad to lose 52-6. And some of those plays were those touchdowns. These guys were wide open. Like they could have walked into the end zone from some of these plays that they were called. If you want to call it great play calling by the Lions, sure. But holy crap, man. Doug Peterson needs to go. He's another one that'll be fired. And they may want to wait until the end of the year type of deal. Just let it run out and let it play out and have the worst record probably in the league. And again, go draft Travis Hunter.
That's probably what it is. That's probably why you still have him.
Yeah. It's usually what happens when they bring in an offensive court. Look what happened with New Orleans. They fire Allen. They get this new offensive coordinator in there that everybody loves.
Yeah.
And they're playing hard for him. Maybe they don't want that in Jacksonville.
Yeah, you could be right. That's probably why he's still there, because they want to make sure they get that top 3 pick for sure, right?
Yeah.
But
I would be like, Lawrence, you think he's going to play another down this year? I don't think so.
Nah, I don't think he is either. It's going to be tough, though, because you still got other teams losing, like Tennessee, who lost to Minnesota 23-13. Vikings are 8-2. Titans are 2-8. Aaron Jones only had 39 yards on the ground. Westbrook, wide receiver for Tennessee, 2 catches, 117 yards, 1 touchdown. Will Levis, 17-31, 295, and 1 touchdown. So the Vikings are 8-2, but the hype isn't there anymore. What do you think about that?
Nah, they're winning like ugly. You know, they're not winning like the Lions are. You know what I mean? Where they're winning in dominant fashion. The Vikings are kind of struggling. Like, this game was close throughout the whole game. And Darnold is kind of showing signs of, like, you know, being the old Sam Darnold we thought he was.
Right.
You know, with some of these picks that he's been throwing these last couple of games. I mean, just look at that NFC North. My God. You got the Lions at, 9 or 10-1. You got the Vikings at 9-1. You got the Vikings 8-2. And you got the Packers right behind that. I mean, Jesus. I mean, you can't lose a game in the NFC North. You got to win every single game to even try to win the division there. That's crazy how good that division is. I don't think anybody thought that would be the most competitive division coming into the season. And, I don't think the Vikings hype is there anymore, like you said. I think they're kind of showing signs of vulnerability. I don't think that offense is that great. I think if you shut down Jefferson, I mean, they don't really have anybody else. They have Addison, but he doesn't frighten you. He doesn't scare you.
Right.
Aaron Jones isn't one top tier running back. I mean, he's not a bad running back. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think the Vikings scare anybody.
That's true. Diamond Dave, he said, did you guys even mention Montgomery or Gibbs? We didn't have to. The wide receivers and the quarterback did all the work. And then he said the Lions broke the Vikings. Vikings Bears Sunday. So, I mean, Dave, I know you're having a good year right now. So,
he's loving life.
Yeah, you deserve it, Dave. You've been a Lions fan since I've known you. So there's some struggle years there. So shout out to the Lions. Shout out to Dave on Twitch. And make sure you follow Diamond Dave if you're on Twitch. Diamond Dave Show. Make sure he's part of the Get the Tables community. Make sure you follow Get the Tables as well. Yeah. Especially if you like wrestling content. Diamond Dave, I don't know if you still playing NCAA. I know that was a frustrating game for you. I don't know if you still streaming that. I think I saw you doing Call of Duty on Twitch. Can't remember. But make sure you follow Diamond Dave Show. Make sure you follow Get the Tables as well. Yeah. Moving on. The Miami Dolphins get a win. They are 4-6 after beating the Vegas Raiders 34-19. Vegas is 2-8. Tua 28-36, 288 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. A-Chain on the ground, 73 yards on 17 carries, 1 touchdown. Jonnu Smith, I'm mad about him as well, because the guy that I was going up against in fantasy decided to pick him up last minute. He goes off for 6 catches, 101 yards, and 2 touchdowns. God damn! So this wasn't a good week for me fantasy wise, but shout out to the Dolphins for getting the win. Do you think the Dolphins can get back in the hunt and make the playoff push?
I do, absolutely. I mean, they're 4-6. I mean, it's going to be a tough climb, but they absolutely have a chance to win the division. I'm not sorry, win the division, but make the playoffs.
I was about to say, wait a minute.
They obviously have to play a little bit better, and they're going to have they still got a tough little schedule coming up against them, but it's not like it's not a winnable schedule coming up. And 2 weeks they got the Packers on Thanksgiving. That's a must win in my opinion. Wasn't looking like a good game a couple weeks ago, but it looks like a pretty solid game coming up. So is it Thanksgiving? Right, it's Thanksgiving, right? They play.
I was about to say, who is Detroit playing Thanksgiving? Because they normally play the Packers.
Chicago.
Oh, okay.
They're playing Chicago. So
nice.
At least we get 2 out of 3 games on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So we'll see about those. But yeah, I think Dolphins have a good chance of making the playoffs. Absolutely. What about you?
I guess so. I mean, the Colts are ahead of them in the wild card, but they are better than the Colts. I don't know. The Broncos might keep their lead.
Broncos,
Broncos
might
take that spot from them. But right now, I'm gonna lean towards no. They got to stay healthy. You got to hope Tua don't get another concussion or something like that, where he gets taken out again. Yeah,
that's the one downfall for Miami is like their injuries always are the ones that kind of keep them down.
Mm-hmm.
Especially last year and this year. So if they can stay healthy, I think they have a shot. But they need some help.
Dave said, "Hey Tony, how about those Jets? How about them?" But moving on, the Rams move to 5-5 as they take out the New England Patriots 28-22. New England is 3-8. They're fighting for the number 1 pick as well. Matthew Stafford 18-27, 295 yards, 4 touchdowns. Puka Nacua 7 catches, 123 yards, 1 touchdown. Good win by the Rams. They keep their playoff hopes alive. Mm-hmm. They might sneak in considering their division. What do you think they might sneak in, or you think they're just good enough to not be good enough?
That division is very tight right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about a game or 2 apart from each other. I think the Rams have a shot. I mean, obviously they got to keep on winning and hoping that the Niners and the Seahawks keep start losing games, but
stay healthy.
Yeah, and stay healthy. That's been the one crucial thing with the Rams is that they can't stay healthy. They lost to Puka for a couple of games, Cooper Kupp for a couple of games. They're just a game out right now from the playoffs. So if it started today, so I honestly think they'll be okay. But that division, man, that they're in, they're just beating up on each other.
Right. So I guess shout out to the Patriots for keeping their number 1 pick hopes alive.
Yeah. There's as much as they're probably not trying to win these games, Drake May is looking pretty good. I think they've made the right choice at quarterback with Drake May. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of New England Patriots fans wish they didn't pick him so high and were able maybe to trade down and probably still been able to pick him.
Yeah.
But I think they made the right choice, and they're still playing hard every week. It's not like they're a team that's given up and they know that they're not that great of a team, or they've given up on the coach or whatever. They're trying and being competitive every week that they're playing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna go there with the Patriots. I'll leave it alone. Moving on.
All right.
The Saints move to 4-7 after they get a win over the 2-8 Cleveland Browns, 35-14. Jameis Winston threw the ball 46 times, completed 30 of the 46 for 395 yards, 2 touchdowns. Taysom Hill 7 carries, 138 yards, 3 touchdowns. Jerry Jeudy 6 catches, 142 yards, 1 touchdown. You mentioned the Saints making a coaching change, and they're playing hard, winners of 2 straight. if realistically, if you were running the Saints, would you want them to continue to push for a playoff spot now, or would you just rather cut your loss, take your L, and get some high draft picks? No, looking at that roster, what would you rather do?
I mean, it depends on what you have in mind as an organization. Like, if you want to get a quarterback, if that's your goal, is to move on from Derek Carr and bring in a quarterback, then probably you don't want to win, because you probably want to get like a top 5 or top 7 pick to be able to grab the quarterback that is out there that you want. Even though I know the quarterback class isn't very strong this year, I don't think you want to win games. But again, as a fan base, of course, you're like excited. Maybe you found a new coach in the system that you can use. I doubt he'll be the coach next year. They'll probably bring in someone else. But I think fans are thinking, oh, this is the team we should have had all along. Right. It was just a coaching problem.
And when you look at it, they're 4-7. The Falcons are leading the division at 6-5. So
yeah, they're right there.
Yeah,
they're right there. Obviously they have to win some more divisional games. They got to play us again, which we already beat them once.
Right.
They got to play the Falcons again still. I believe. No. They played them twice already. I believe, right? Did they? I think so.
I have to double check.
So yeah, I mean, they're right in the hunt. And this division is not great right now, and so they do have an opportunity to win the division. I mean, obviously they have to keep on winning. They might have to win out to do it, but there's a chance.
I don't even think they have to win out. I mean, the Bucks are injured. Like, I keep picking the Bucks every week, but
Bucks are hurt.
Injured. Yeah,
they're really hurt.
The Falcons, you never know what you're gonna get from them.
You got the Seahawks, you got the Niners. I mean, they're in the wild card hunt as well. But yeah, if they're looking at divisional,
I think that's their only way in. They have to win a division.
They just need to hope the Falcons keep on losing.
Yeah. So
and if you look at the Falcons' schedule, they played this. They lost. They split with the Saints, and then the Falcons got the Chargers. They got the Vikings, and the Commanders in 3 of the next 5 games. Ooh. So definitely those could be L's.
And see, I'm trying not to let the Cowboys mindset cloud my judgment with everybody else, right? Because I know what I would do from a Cowboy standpoint, but
right,
I'm trying to look at other rosters that's kind of, right there, but not there yet. Like, they might be good enough to make the playoffs, but not a Super Bowl contending team. And I'm trying to just picture in my head, if I'm a Saints fan or a Saints GM, would I rather do the same route that I say the Cowboys should do? Hey, you're not going to win a Super Bowl. Take your L, get the high draft picks, and start working on freeing up money for next year and come back strong next year. Or if you're a team like the Saints, hey, man, let's go ahead and make a push. And you never know what can happen, because the Saints do have playmakers. I mean, Kamara is a beast. Their defense, when they're healthy, they're pretty good. So, I try to not judge it from the Cowboys'
Honestly, I think if you are a Saints fan or in the organization, I feel like you still have to compete and go out there, because the Saints are good enough to be a playoff team.
Right.
Cowboys, not so much. And that division isn't grass. Like, the division is right there for them to grab.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you want them to go out there and try to win.
I think I agree with you. I think if I'm the Saints fans, coaches, or whatever, I'm pushing for them to, try to make the playoffs and win that division. So, shout out to the Saints, I guess. I was talking trash because, it took you forever to win after having the Super Bowl parade in Dallas week 2. But moving on, the Colts 5-6 after taking out your Jets. 28-27. The Jets are now 3-8. We say it every week about your favorite wide receiver picking these bad teams. When Devontae Adams, once he get traded, go from a bad team to another bad team, bad situation. It's just ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
And didn't they fire their GM as well this week?
They did fire their GM this week, yeah.
But he's not the problem.
He's not. He's actually a really good GM as well. So he'll be picked up immediately. So Look, dude, that
Aaron
when I picked
Rodgers
the
gotta
Jets,
go, man.
yeah, when I picked the Jets at the beginning of the year, I did not realize they were going to be a dumpster fire, and I kind of regret picking them. Should have picked the Bills. What am I thinking? But holy crap, man! Like that team. I mean, do they have anything going for them at this point? Like, is there anything positive that you can try to spin as a New York Jets fan? The whole team is playing bad. You got Breece Hall, who had this like monumental year last season. He was like the top 5 pick in fantasy and all this crap, and he has had a horrible year. You had Devontae Adams demands a trade from Oakland, or excuse me, from Vegas, to go to the Jets of all teams because his buddy Aaron's there, and he's thinking, oh, well, I can team up with my buddy and we can do something there.
Yeah.
He hasn't done diddly squat. You had Garrett Wilson, who had an unbelievable year last season.
I mean, he's still balling this year.
He's balling, but he's not balling to what he did last season.
You think so?
I think so.
I'm gonna have to compare his numbers. I think he's, especially
Look him up.
since
You'll be probably
Adams
surprised.
got there. I feel like Adams opened it up for him. So
The defense is what everyone thought was going to be their main thing because they had a defensive coach, and that was good until he got fired.
yep.
So it's just like that team is just like, what coach is going to want to take over that team?
Mike McCarthy.
They're in cap hell. So it's like, what are you going to do?
That's a bad situation, man. And firing the GM was not the answer. I can tell you that. That GM brought in some of your best players right now. So
He was able to get Devontae there.
Right.
Like, yeah. What are
fi-
you doing?
How do you fire the guy that gave Aaron Rodgers? First of all, you got Aaron Rodgers, even though he was older. I get it, but you still got Aaron Rodgers, and that team was just a quarterback away from being a playoff Super Bowl contending team. Right? Defense was solid, running game was solid, everything was solid. They just needed a quarterback. They go out and make the big splash, get Aaron Rodgers. It's not working out. It happens, right? Aaron Rodgers say it's not working out because I need my guy. They go get your guy. They get every receiver Aaron Rodgers asked for, and they still say, "Oh well, Aaron Rodgers says Aaron Rodgers suck. It's your fault. We're gonna fire you."
Right? Like they did everything to accommodate Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, it's bad,
and it's all gone downhill for them.
Yeah. So shout out to the Jets. Might have top 3, top 4 draft pick. I don't know what their draft situation look like. I'm gonna have to go check to see if they traded any of those picks or not. But 3-8 and a coach of 5-6, they're still pushing for a playoff.
Yeah.
For a playoff spot. Moving on, probably, man, this game was crazy. Steelers take out the Ravens 8-2. I'm sorry, 18-16. The Ravens are 8. I'm saying it's all wrong. Let me start over. Steelers taking out the Ravens 18-16. Steelers are 8-2. Ravens are 7-4. Lamar 16-33, 207 yards, 1 touchdown. Derrick Henry only 65 yards on the ground, 1 touchdown. George Pickens 89 yards on 8 catches. The Ravens had an opportunity to win this game. Ravens should have won this game. They should have won this game. Justin Tucker missed 2 field goals, and then they messed around and called the play that I did not agree with for the 2-point conversion. But it is what it is. Shout out to the Steelers. They look legit. What's your thought on this game?
I mean, the Steelers own Lamar. Let's be real.
Facts.
I mean, at this point, he's like in the last 9 games or something like that. He's won once.
I think he's 2-7.
I mean, they own him. They know how to beat Lamar, and they kept him in check pretty much the entire game. Yeah, Justin Tucker makes those field goals. We may be talking about a different thing here.
Game.
I mean, yeah, definitely. Just Justin Tucker, I don't know what's going on with him. He was just off that game.
Hurt my feelings watching, man. Like, he's been bad this whole year. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Missed 5 field goals, I believe, this year, which is incredible. Yeah, I think the Steelers are legit, man. I think, they're going to be an issue for any team. I mean, the thing is with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and if they do win the division, let's just hypothetical here. It's a tough team to play at home. When you have to go on the road and play them in Pittsburgh, that's tough. In that cold weather, the way they play defense, they're a hard-hitting team. And, they like to run the ball as well. So, we kind of dogged them a little bit when they made the move to Russ.
Yeah.
But it was obviously the right decision.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been playing crazy for them. He's undefeated so far since becoming a starter. So yeah, I think the Pittsburgh is legit. I don't think this hurts Baltimore. I think they still do have some issues that need to be taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
How often is Derrick Henry going to fumble the ball? He fumbled it on Sunday against the Steelers, which you never see.
Right.
But the Steelers just were able to contain them. On defense, they played a hell of a game against Baltimore, and whatever that 2-point conversion was, I would love to know what the play was supposed to look like. That was gonna work,
Yeah. Jay Cross comes in. What's up, guys? Go Bears. Whatever, man. What up, man? Make sure y'all follow Jay Cross on YouTube. Follow him on Twitch as well.
Riding high.
Hey, enjoy it, bro. Your front office do their job, so enjoy it. You got a legit GM in your front office, unlike these rabbit ass Cowboys. But moving on. The Broncos take out the Falcons 38-6. Broncos are 6-5. Falcons are 6-5. Broncos defense is very legit. And now the problem for everybody else is Bo Nix is starting to get it together. Bo Nix, 28-33, 307 yards, 4 touchdowns. Courtland Sutton had 78 yards on 7 catches. And, I mean, he spreaded it around. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players caught a pass from Bo Nix for a total of 307 yards, 4 touchdowns. So Bo Nix is starting to get it together, and if that defense holds up like they've been holding up, they might be a problem.
Yeah, for sure. And this is another team that drafted one of the later quarterbacks, and they hit. Bo Nix seems to be working very well with the Denver Broncos, and I'm not a big Sean Payton fan. I'm a hater.
Right.
But he's doing well over there in Denver. He's got something going with the situation that the Denver Broncos are in, with the cap situation and not being able to bring in as many talented players that they can. I mean, they're doing what they can, and they're looking good. I mean, this was an ass whooping.
Yeah.
On the Atlanta Falcons, they destroyed them. So, yeah, like you said, Bo Nix looks good. The defense is legit. We'll see if they can make any noise if they make the playoffs, of course. But yeah, they are a team that I didn't think would be 6-5 right now.
Jay Cross. They didn't put they put the curtains up for the Tyson fight, but the Monday night game, they didn't put no curtains up. It was just dark. And then they opened the ceiling, and metal was falling from the ceiling. And like, dude, if I was the guy that was standing that close to the metal falling from the ceiling, I would have just fell out so quick and be like, "Oh, I'm done. Somebody got to pay me now. Somebody got to pay me." So
for real,
zero awareness by the guy that was standing close to that metal sheet, because he didn't even like react at all. So I was just, you crazy. I would have. Hey, I'm retired. I ain't got to work no more. So, Kirk Cousins, man, 18-27, 173 yards, 1 interception. Because I thought Dak was the only one that threw picks in the NFL. But is Kirk Cousins starting to? What's your thoughts on Kirk Cousins?
I don't like the guy.
Damn.
Ever since when they beat Tampa, when they came back and won in Atlanta, that was their fucking Super Bowl. Did you see how they celebrated?
Yeah.
When they won that game? You had your little New Orleans Saints rant when they beat the Cowboys.
Right.
You would have thought they won a damn conference championship when they beat the Bucks. I mean, you had the guys running on the field, picking the dude up. You had, my goodness gracious. I think the Falcons are not that good of a team. I think if you hit Cousins in the mouth a couple of times to get them rattled, I think they're a problem. The running game hasn't been as great as everyone thought it would be. Obviously, Pitts, who knows what's going on with him. The defense is not as good as everyone thought it was going to be.
Right.
So, yeah, I think, again, if the Falcons have a tough couple of games coming up, and they're not easy games, so they easily could be out of the number 1 position in the division in a couple of weeks, easily.
Yeah, I mean, New Orleans keep winning, and it's easy to get them out of there. I don't get it with Atlanta, man, because on paper, you think they got everything that they need.
Dude, exactly. I mean, look at that offensive. If you look at offensive players alone on that team, you would think they would be up there in the NFC.
Yeah.
You got Bijan Algiers, no slouch. He's a pretty good running back.
Right.
They got Kyle Pitts. They got Drake London. I mean, holy crap! Those are some weapons there. They got McLeod. They got what's the other guy's name? Mooney.
Yep.
So they got weapons. The hell's going on?
And they supposed to have a quarterback for those weapons.
There you go. Right.
So
All that money for Cousins.
That's crazy. Kurt leaves Minnesota. They bring in Sam Darnold, Minnesota, and they're just balling way better than what they did with Kirk Cousins.
Exactly.
But Kirk is steady getting this bag. He's getting this bread everywhere he goes. I need to know who his agent is. I need to talk to him.
Dude, he knows how to steal money.
Man, I'm telling you, it's like Ben Simmons in the NBA. But, moving on, the Seahawks finally get a victory over the 49ers. 20-17. Both teams are 5-5. Geno Smith, 25 of 32, 221 yards, 1 interception because Dak is the only one that throws picks in the league. Juju Smith and Jigba, because I always say his name wrong, 10 catches, 110 yards. Christian McCaffrey, 19 carries for 79 yards. Big victory for the Seahawks going on the road and finally getting the victory over the. It feels like they haven't beaten the 49ers since Richard Sherman and them left.
Yeah, it's definitely a big time win for them. And again, the Niners are just not the team that we thought they would be coming into the season. Obviously injuries have really hurt them. And even with McCaffrey back, he doesn't look the same. So,
Rage about fast forward through every. I forgot you were a 49ers fan, Rage.
But look, the Niners again, they're still there. They just gotta hope these other teams lose. That's all you gotta hope. You gotta hope these NFC West teams beat up on each other. So when the time comes, the Niners can
I just
take advantage of it. They do have a tough game, I think, this week against Green Bay. And from what I've looked on the weather, it's going to be a snow game. That's not going to be easy for them. So, it starts with this week against the Green Bay Packers. And then you got to go on and see what happens after that. Because, again, after that, they got the Bills. So, yeah, you got a tough back-to-back game stretch here. So good luck.
I just shake my head because this is the year for the Cowboys. The 49ers are finally bad, and this should have been the year that the Cowboys take advantage of the 49ers being bad. And the Cowboys, you see what the Cowboys are.
Yeah.
They're talking about Rage. What, you're lagging on the app?
Oh, the
on
app,
Twitch app? They did have 2 updates, which is crazy. So, yeah, so keep trying, Rage. I mean, we're live on Twitter, and we're live on YouTube as well, Rage. So if you can't get on, just go to Dope Content YouTube or my personal Twitter. We're live on that as well. Man, for real, Rage, like, it's a lot of people trying to get Kyle Shanahan out of there. I don't understand that at all.
Hey, he can come to Bucks.
I mean, we'll take him in Dallas ASAP. Like, I'll go pick him up my damn self. I'll go out there and get him right now. But moving on, Buffalo. I know you happy about this. Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen take out the Kansas City Chiefs 30-21. Chiefs get their first L of the season. It had to happen eventually. Chiefs are now 9-1. Buffalo is 9-2. Pat Mahomes 23 of 33, 196 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions because I thought Dak was the only one that throws picks.
Go ahead and say those Josh Allen.
Josh Allen 27 of 40, 262 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception because I thought Dak was the only one that throws picks. Let's get to the rushing. Josh Allen, game-winning touchdown as well, 55 yards on 12 carries, 1 touchdown. James Cook, 2 touchdowns, 20 yards, 9 carries. Kareem Hunt, 60 carries on 14 I'm sorry, 60 yards on 14 carries. Just a good win by Buffalo. I give you that.
Buffalo is a problem. They are a problem. They're a problem.
Josh Allen is playing better this year. Y'all know I'm the biggest Josh Allen critic because I feel like he gets way too much of a pass from the national media. But this year, he has been very solid. He's been very consistent, especially considering, they really haven't had a real wide receiver number one. Keon Coleman is a rookie, so he's been up and down. They traded for Amari Cooper, but Cooper has been injured for the most part since he's been there. So Josh Allen is still getting it done. So shout out to him, man.
They didn't have their top tight end. Dalton Kincaid didn't play.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, I've been praising Josh Allen ever since we started this show, and I think this could be the year. This could be the year. Can you imagine?
To be the year to do what?
To win it all.
Get out of here, man.
Holding that trophy at the end of the year.
Yeah, okay.
We'll see it.
You think they will beat Kansas City or Baltimore in the playoffs?
I do.
Hell no. Stop. Josh Allen always win the regular season games. Then when they get matched up in the playoffs, he lays an egg every time.
We'll see, man. I believe in my boy.
Man, ain't no way. Until I see it, he don't want to match up against no Pat Mahomes or Lamar Jackson. I'm sorry. Not in the playoffs. Regular season, take your victories. Whoop-de-doo. It's like the Cowboys. Take your victory in the regular season. Don't mean shit.
We got you. I believe in him. I think he has it.
Okay. You didn't believe to pick them earlier in the season because the Jets was one of your teams.
I know. I'm an idiot. I'll admit that.
But okay. All right. We'll see. I want y'all to clip this. Y'all remember this. Clip it. He say the Bills will win the AFC.
I do. Right now, AFC champions right here.
Okay.
Right. I think they even. I don't know, man. If they're playing the Lions, that might be a tough one. But
they're not. First of all, let's not even talk about them in the Super Bowl. They're not going to make it.
They are making it to the Super Bowl.
No.
Yes, they are.
All right.
You'll see.
This is a first take argument that you're making right now. This is not.
Skip right now. They are going to make it. Just watch.
Okay. All right. What week is this? This is week 12. Okay. Yeah. Right.
Not at all. Nope. This is one of the top 5 tier sandwiches you can get.
Okay.
Josh Allen sub. It's gonna happen.
Wow. Moving on, the Chargers, who could possibly beat the Bills as well.
No.
They take out the Bengals 34-27. Joe Burrow 28-50, 356 yards, 3 touchdowns. T. Higgins 9 catches, 148 yards, 1 touchdown. We talk about this running back all season because it's great to see him back after all these injuries that he's had. J.K. Dobbins 2 touchdowns, 56 yards. I believe he had the game-winning touchdown as well in this game. Chase Brown 86 yards for Cincinnati on 22 carries. Let's see what Jamar Chase did. 7 catches, 75 yards. McConkey, I did not know that he had 123 yards on 6 catches.
Yeah, McConkey went off.
I didn't know that. I missed that. That went right over my head because I was watching and I still didn't pay attention to him doing that. So, shout out to the Chargers, man. Defense legit. Offense is starting to, kind of match up with the defense a little bit now. Justin Herbert, 297 yards, 2 touchdowns. What's your thoughts on the Chargers? They might be a sleeper team too.
I think they're good. I think they're a real good, solid team. Their defense is obviously pretty solid. Even if they gave up 27 points, most of that came in the second half.
Right.
On that comeback by the Bengals, which they did get some fortunate stuff with Herbert fumbling the ball and stuff like that. So things did bounce their way. But yeah, I mean, the Bengals again, a tough week for kickers. I mean, their kicker missed a couple of field goals as well. I think the Chargers did a great job on Chase, kind of shutting him out, but Higgins went off. He had himself a really good game. I feel bad for the Bengals, man. Mostly Burrow. That dude I saw a stat, he has 27 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Like, that is an unbelievable season. Look it up. I could be wrong. But that man is having a crazy season right now with Cincinnati.
Yeah,
probably
27-4. Yep.
He would probably be in the MVP talk if the Cincinnati Bengals were a lot better team. Like, this man is balling.
So what's the problem in Cincinnati? Is it the defense?
I mean, I think the defense is an issue, but a lot of people say it's the coach.
Because I've watched their games, but I haven't really I watched their games against the Ravens.
Yeah,
and then I kind of
I'm just saying,
watched
I don't
game.
really. I'm not a valid viewer of the Cincinnati Bengals where I can be like, this is the issue, this is the issue, this is the issue. But I thought they played a good game against the Chargers. Like, I thought they played well enough to win that game. I mean, field goals missed did not help. You know, they had one of the possessions in before regulation happened.
Right.
The game didn't go to overtime, right? Yeah, before regulation. You don't do anything on that series, and then what happens? Chargers get the ball back and they score. So it's like, I don't know if it's play calling. I don't know if it's the coach. It's obviously not the quarterback, and it's not Jamar.
Right.
You know, Jamar's been very critical of Cincinnati, like after his comments lately after the games. So.
Yeah, so
I think he'll be gone next year too as well. I think the coach may be gone too.
The crazy thing is ESPN.com is calling this a signature win for the Chargers. Is this a signature win? I don't look at this as a signature win.
No, I don't think this. I mean, it was a good win. I mean, it was a way to, you know, that game was really good to test your ball club because you had a team come all the way back and tie the game.
Right.
And almost could have won the game, and they were able to keep their composure and still end up winning the game. That's what good teams do. Right. You know, so I mean, I guess it could be a signature win, but I don't know. I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The Bengals haven't been good in the last couple of years. I believe they missed the playoffs the last 2 years, right?
Yeah.
And
I mean, they haven't really done
right
anything
now.
Since they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So I mean, this is not, and this goes back to a point I made, the first month of the season, and this was tied into Dak because I was defending Dak at the time. But all these quarterbacks been living off one hype. All it takes is one hype season, one good playoff run, and they live off of that forever. Just kind of like Doc Rivers been living off 2008 since then. Yeah. Like Jalen Hurts go to the Super Bowl one time, he lose, and everybody just act like Jalen Hurts is one of the best things to ever play. Joe Burrow goes to the Super Bowl and lose. He's been living off that ever since. Josh Allen didn't even make the Super Bowl. He lost to Pat Mahomes in overtime at home, and they still got him living off of that as well. Even though, again, like I said earlier, he's having a legit great year this year. But these other years, they still give him excuse because, Josh Allen, went to the AFC Championship game and he barely lost to, Pat Mahomes. So what? You lost.
Yeah, I hear you.
So for them to say beating the Cincinnati Bengals is a signature win, they're 4-7. That goes back to that point from earlier in the year. But shout out to the Chargers, man. Moving on, they got a tough one. They got the Ravens coming up, so we're gonna find out what they're about. Moving on, Texans blow out the Cowboys 34-10. Houston is 7-4. Cowboys are 3-7. Cooper Rush threw the ball 55 times. Why the hell is Cooper Rush throwing the ball 55 times? 32 of 55, 354 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. All you Dak haters that wanted Cooper Rush, you got Cooper Rush now. CJ Stroud, 23 of 34, 257 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Joe Mixon, 20 carries, 109 yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground. Rico Dowdle, 10. Let me read this stat before I get mad. Rico Dowdle, 10 carries, 28 yards. CeeDee Lamb, 1 carry, 13 yards. Deuce Vaughn, 4 carries, 13 yards. Zeke, 1 carry, 8 yards. Now, the reason, as a team, they carried the ball a total of 18 times for 64 yards. The reason I'm mad about that, because Mike McCarthy got on the radio, or he did a press conference the Friday before, saying that Rico is our guy. There's no more sharing the backfield. Rico can handle up to 25 carries a game. So we thinking they're about to run the ball. Rico had a good week last week. They're about to run the ball. He gets the ball 10 times, and as a team, as a unit, they run the ball under 20 times. But Cooper Rush is throwing the ball 55 times in the game. But CeeDee Lamb 8 catches, 93 yards. Kevontae Turpin 3 catches, 86 yards. It's absolutely no reason Trey Lance should not be playing. Like, absolutely no reason. You traded a 4th round draft pick for him. He's taking $5.3 million off your cap. Why is he not playing? Yet again, 4th and, I believe, whatever it was, 4th and 2, 4th and 3, whatever it was this game, instead of putting your offense out there and putting Trey Lance out there to maybe, run a run pass option or something creative and use his legs, you decide to go with a fake punt that failed. Why are you not just putting your offense out there and going for it? Why are you going for fake punts? Like that's going to really work in the NFL right now. You failed against Atlanta with a fake punt, and then you turn around and do it again. Like, I'm trying to be good here, y'all.
Yeah, I mean, watching that game, I didn't watch the whole game.
You didn't miss shit.
Cooper was making some crazy throws, man. Inaccurate throws as well.
He can't throw the ball past 40 yards from what it looked like.
There were some of those throws that are like, I mean, he threw one good one from the whole second half that I watched, but other than that, I mean, these balls were over people's heads. They weren't on target. He gets sacked for a fumble, or was it a fumble or interception? I think it was a fumble.
It was a fumble. Then it was another fumble because our offensive linemen, for some reason this year, think they running backs. First, Terrence Steele,
that was crazy. Yeah.
First, Terrence Steele decides he wants to pick the ball up and try to run the other week, and then you got Tyler Guyton. The ball lands in his hand. Common sense would tell you to go down, and he just decided it was 4th and 9. Jay Cross, oh my God! See, you about to make me rant. But the ball lands right in Tyler Guyton's hands, and instead of just going down and accepting, try to get another play in. Oh no, let's make a move. He gets smacked. The ball goes up again, and Houston is running to the other end. Hey, man. I avoided making a Cowboys video this week because I'm trying not to rant this week, but come on, dog.
I think Trey Lance needs to start a game. I mean, what do you have to lose? What
did you trade him for?
Right. Like, what do you honestly have to lose to try and just start and see what he have in him? Again, obviously, he's not going to take over the job. I mean, he would have to be like something monumental for him to take over Doc's job. But why not just give the man a shot? What do you have to lose? If he plays bad, you just put Cooper in.
Right. And
I don't get it.
It helps you make a decision for next year's backup quarterback position. Do you keep Trey Lance or do you keep Cooper Rush?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand it. Jerry is still talking about, oh yeah, Cooper Rush give us the best opportunity to win games. You're not going nowhere. You're not going to the playoffs. Like, you're so far behind in your division with the Eagles and the I almost said the wrong word. Eagles and the Commanders being good this year. Like, bro. And then we just got to talking about these other NFC teams that's in the hunt. You're not there. You're not catching nobody.
No.
So it's no point in talking about Cooper Rush give us the best opportunity to win the game. You're dumb.
Shut up, bitch.
Like, you're not winning anything. And if you do sneak into the playoffs, you're not winning a damn playoff game, bruh.
No.
Like, just let it go. Take the L. Get these draft picks. Make sure you get ready to restructure Dak. Get ready to restructure CD and some more players to free up about $90 to $100 million in cap space. Go all in next year with the draft and the free agency. You're going to have the money. You're going to have a good draft pick. You're just wasting everybody's time right now. And anyway, that's, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and you got like these
Fucking
cowherds
stupid
guys saying that they should trade Micah and
idiots.
go get the #1 pick and go after Shadir and then get. I already talked about Dion being the next coach of Dallas. I talked about that. I mentioned that, but
Listen, it's not happening.
why would you trade Micah and 3 first-round picks, like he said, and go after the first draft pick, and get Shadir?
Oh wait, he said trade Micah and 3.
Yeah.
Oh boy, see, that's why I don't listen to these people, man. No, Rage, they were all in last year. I've been telling people that all season. When Jerry said all in, it's funny. Did you see my clip that I posted on Twitter today?
Yes.
Yeah, you see now that the radio stations are literally copying word for word what I said in February.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the same station that won't hire me, by the way. No, I'm not good enough, but J. Cross said they aren't restructuring either one of the guys. They just, why not? You can restructure both and get over $80 million. Why would they
good
not?
luck. Good luck.
Why would they not?
They'll do it. I mean, you gotta hope they'll do it. I could see Dak being like, yeah, I'll restructure. I don't think CD will.
Yeah.
I think CD. It took a lot to get CD that money. I don't see CD being like, yeah, I'll restructure.
It's not. He's not losing no money. He's still getting everything guaranteed. It's just instead of getting more up front, you're getting it another year. Like it's still guaranteed.
I'd be shocked if CD did it. I would be shocked if CD did it. I could see Dak, but I don't know about CD.
If CD is as much of a competitor as I think he is, he's going to restructure for this.
If he wants to like get a better team around him, then he'll restructure to get more money freed up. Same thing with Dak. I know for sure Dak would do it. Dak seems like that type of dude.
Yeah. So
CD, I don't know, man. What are we gonna do with Parsons?
Got to re-sign him. That's part of the freeing up that $100 million. Because if you don't re-sign him, then
I honestly, you want my honest opinion, I would trade him.
For what?
I don't know, but I would trade him.
And then who is your defensive core on the line? Then you go keep Tank Lawrence? Hell no.
I mean, if I would definitely consider trading him.
No, absolutely.
Because you're gonna have 3 players locked up with crazy ass contracts.
I mean, Philly got people locked up with crazy
Philly
contracts.
for some reason know how to work around
exactly.
it.
So just get smarter. I'm trying to tell you
GM like that though.
I'm trying to tell you it's simple. You can let some people go. I've already named those names. I'm not naming those names right now because I've been doing it all year. You can restructure a couple of contracts. It's not just Dak and CD. Those are just the biggest two. You can re-sign Micah. That's going to give you cap space as well. It's a lot. It's so... Cap hell doesn't exist. People talk about cap hell. It's fake. Like, Philly has shown that. The Jets are going to find a way. At least I think. They just fired their GM. I would have said they was going to find a way to show it next year, but they just fired their GM. But other teams have shown cap hell don't mean nothing. The Saints been in cap hell for years, and they still find ways to get players. So
yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with
the Chiefs. Still find ways to get players. The Ravens still find ways to get players. Like I'm not trying to hear that. They can do it. It's just if Jerry dumb enough or smart enough to do it. Let me say that.
Yeah, I don't think he is.
You know, Stephen A. Smith compared him to Joe Biden this year.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it.
I don't think he
definitely can see it.
I don't think he's too happy about that. Let's see if Stephen A. Smith gets another invite to Jerry World again. Said the Saints showed it out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Mingo, they traded a 4th round pick for him. You think he got a catch yet in 2 weeks?
I saw him on the field.
I didn't even recognize that was him on the field.
But no, I don't think he's caught anything. Probably not.
No, he hasn't. 4th round, another 4th round draft pick. That's gonna be a high 3rd, considering their record. Like,
yeah,
2 4th round draft picks to Trey Lance, who you refuse to play, and to Mingo, who's this team is fucking stupid. Let's go to power rankings real quick.
Let's do it,
and then we'll come back to make our predictions for week 12.
Let's do it.
Power rankings for week 10 or up. This is what it was last week. This week is going to be interesting. Did you go first last week or did I go first?
I do not remember. I'm not going to lie to you.
I want to say you went first, so I guess it's gonna be
Okay.
on me this week.
All right.
Let's go ahead and delete all this because this is gonna look different. But as last week, it was the Eagles, Ravens, Bills, Lions, Chiefs. For Tony, for me, it was Washington, Bills, because I thought Washington was gonna beat the Eagles. Washington, Bills, Lions, Ravens, Chiefs. So we kind of agreed on the last. Somewhat, he had the Bills ahead of the Lions. I bet you won't have the Bills. Well, you might. That's a tough one because they did just beat the undefeated Chiefs. So yeah. Let me delete this real quick. This is gonna be tough because I'm fighting with two teams for the number 5 spot. One team won, one team lost for this 5th spot, but right now I'ma still take the Ravens over the Eagles. So Ravens first. I'm sorry, 5th. They dropped big time in my power rankings. 4th. Ray said he got a spoiler, not a prediction for this weekend. Man, he
God.
said, "Shut up, Ray." Get out of here, man. Cleveland and Pittsburgh are playing right now. They just started, but Ravens 5th, 4th, Steelers. They just got a victory over the Ravens. I got to put them ahead of the Ravens, right? Number 3. Jeez. I can't believe them. Chiefs. Chiefs number 3. Number 2, I got the Bills. And then number 1, I got the Lions.
Oh, okay.
So I still got the Lions slightly ahead of the Bills. I feel like if they played on a neutral field, Detroit will win. Ravens, Steelers, Chiefs, Bills, Lions. A close 5th was the Eagles. I still have a question mark on the Commanders. That's the only reason the Eagles didn't make top 5. So that's my top 5. Who you got?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna have to put the Pittsburgh Steelers at number 5, coming off that big win against Baltimore.
Okay.
So we got to put them at number 5. Number 4, I'm gonna pick the Philadelphia Eagles at number 4.
4.
Yeah, at number 4. I think people are sleeping on that team. I'm gonna go Philly at number 4. Number 3, I'm gonna go the Kansas City Chiefs at number 3.
Okay.
Number 2, I got the Buffalo Bills, and at number 1, the mighty Detroit Lions.
Look at this. Diamond Dave still in the building. We both got your Lions at
Diamond
number 1.
Dave's live right now. So.
Oh, he's doing the TNA.
Yeah.
Okay, best. So, there it is. Top 5 for Tony. Steelers 5, Eagles 4, Chiefs 3, Bills 2, 1 Lions. We both got our top 3 the same. 5 and 4 are different for us. We actually been pretty good. We've been in agreement this year for the most part.
For the majority,
with the top 3, yeah. So
yeah,
those are the power rankings right there. Week 12 predictions real quick, and then we up out of here.
Yes, sir.
I don't know why my transition didn't play, but whatever. Week 12, and then it's playing twice. There you go. Get off the screen. Right now, we have the Steelers taking on the Browns. The game just kicked off. They're in Cleveland. I got the Steelers in this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Steelers as well.
Yeah, I mean that's easy work. Oh, I didn't check my fantasy team. I hope I ain't got. Oh man. Oh well. Vikings taking on the Bears Sunday.
I'm gonna go Vikings.
I'm gonna go Chicago. I'm gonna take an upset here. I got Chicago. Minnesota's favored by 3.5 in Chicago. Detroit taking on the Colts.
Oh, Detroit. They're going to kill this team.
Detroit is favored by 7. I got Detroit as well. It's a big game for Miami. Miami taking on the Patriots in Miami.
Oh, I think Miami wins.
Yeah, I got Miami winning as well. They're favored by 7.5 at home. Your Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Giants.
Okay.
You shouldn't have to think on this one, man.
So look, obviously, I want them to win. Like I would want them to win, keep their playoffs alive.
Yeah.
But knowing this fucking team, they'll lose to Tommy DeVito. Now, might be a blessing losing to that man because I want Todd Bowles fired.
Why?
So I want him gone, dude. I'm done with him. I'm ready for them to move on.
The way they've been playing this year?
Have you watched them? What the hell?
They
Their
got a
defense
lot of
is
injuries,
awful.
man. They got a lot of
The injuries have been. Yes, I agree. The injuries have been playing a huge part.
They've been in games they had no business being in this year.
I agree 100%. But I want
now.
that man gone. I want Liam Cohen, the offensive coordinator, moved up to the head coach.
Wow.
I want him to be the head coach.
Wow.
And I want, I have this dream scenario. Like I want them to go after Liam, to have him be the head coach, and then either go Robert Saleh for the defensive coordinator. I would love that. Love that if they could get that done. Probably won't happen, but I got Bucks. I think the Bucks win. Coming off a bye, yeah, I think they win.
I got
Mike Evans back.
Yeah, I got Tampa as well. Funny thing happened this week. Daniel Jones, not only did he get demoted to quarterback 4, but they had him playing safety on a scout team this week. Like $40 million safety, basically, because he's still making $40 million.
And then in the interview too, he had an interview after practice, and he pretty much blamed himself. Like he didn't put anybody under the bus. He said
was trash.
He pretty much said it was my fault that that this happened.
Like this is ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I mean, putting him at QB4, that's crazy.
Come on, man.
But I like how he owned up to it. He said it was my fault.
If I'm Mike McCarthy, I would bust the Dan Quinn move. I understand it's a S show in New York right now as well, but I would leave Dallas. I would go to New York. They go have a high draft pick. They got solid players. They got receivers. They got a solid running back. They got solid people on the defensive end. I would go to New York and do what Dan Quinn is doing in Washington. I will get my quarterback in the draft and whoever else I need to get in the draft and free agency. If I'm Mike McCarthy, I would do that. You already know this division, and the division is so up and down. Like, I would do that if I was him. But I'm gonna take the Buccaneers in this game versus the Giants. What did Rage say? Did you see the tweet about Jones? Someone said it's like when you have to put your dog down so you let him do stuff you wouldn't normally let him do. Wow.
Damn. Yeah.
Ooh. Cowboys at the Commanders. Washington is favored by 10.5.
I had Cowboys beating the Texans.
You did.
But after watching them, no way.
Watch this be the game they win.
It wouldn't surprise me if Cowboys won, but I'm gonna go Commanders.
Listen, Mike, we talked about Micah Parsons. If he's not in Dallas next year, he's gonna be in Washington.
Like I'm telling you, they should trade him. They should trade him because
it's too late now because he'll be a free agent. He'll just walk.
That too, but I would have traded him, man, because people will overpay for him.
Nah.
Imagine the draft picks you'll get for him.
Jay Cross, get the F out of here. He is not going to
Lee,
y'all worse than Laker fans now.
Dude, isn't it funny that everybody ends up going to fucking Philly though?
Yeah, F them, man. I don't care. Jay Cross, he's not going to Philly. Y'all can't afford him. And he loves Dan Quinn. Then he would go to Washington if he leaves the Cowboys. Y'all can bookmark that now.
This guy said book it.
Man.
Oh, man, this guy.
I'm finna block you, Jay Cross. That's what's about to... But I got the Commanders as well, taking out the Cowboys. Yeah, and hopefully they take them out. So, WWE fan, your comments still don't show up for whatever reason, man. It hates you. But Chiefs at the Panthers. Ooh.
Oh, dude, the Chiefs should be. This should be what the Lions did to the Jaguars. This should be a beatdown.
Yeah, Chiefs favored by 10.5. So yeah, Cowboys, you want to lose to the Commanders because you got the same record as the Panthers, and y'all play each other later on in the year. So Team Tank, baby. I got the Chiefs as well. Titans 2-8, another tanking team taking on the Texans in Houston.
Oh, Houston! I think they're gonna beat the Titans. The Titans are not good. They shouldn't have been in that game with Minnesota.
Yeah, that was one of my sleeper teams, and they're absolutely trash. So I'll take the Texans as well. Read these comments. He said Barkley this year, Parsons next. Hey, man,
Wow.
shut up, man. Ever since Mike Tyson showed his ass, man, get out of here, man. I'm glad I wasn't watching when he did that. So I heard about that on social media. I'm glad I didn't see that live. But I got the Texans over the Titans. Broncos at the Raiders. Raiders are 2-8.
I'm gonna go Broncos.
Broncos all day. They're favored by 6. 49ers at Green Bay.
That's gonna be a good one, man. I guess it all depends on the weather, to be honest with you.
I'm taking Green Bay regardless.
But I'm gonna go Green Bay as well.
Yeah, I'm taking Green Bay regardless. 49ers is just not the same team. And Green Bay is looking real good right now. Low key, they could be in the power rankings as well. So, oh yeah. Well, hey, I agree with that, Dan J. Cross, if that's the truth. If that's why he did it. My sleeper team, the Cardinals taking on the Seahawks in Seattle. 6-4 versus 5-5. Big
You know
game.
what? I might become a believer of the Cardinals. I think I'm gonna go Cardinals.
Come on with it. I got the Cardinals as well. Come on with it. That's the sleeper playoff team for me. So I got to ride with the Cardinals on that. Eagle. Ooh, this might turn out to be a better game than expected. Eagles at the Rams Sunday night.
I'm gonna go Eagles. But man, this is gonna be a scrappy ass game, man. The Rams are good. I mean, they're gonna give them a trouble. They're gonna give them trouble with the 2 wide receivers, with Kupp and Nakua. Of course, the running game.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go Eagles.
I got the Rams. Even Jay Cross took the Rams. So I'm shocked by that. But I got the Rams.
It's that Jedi voodoo, bro. You pick the one team and it,
yeah. I'm still taking the Rams anyway in this game. Another big game. 7-4 Ravens taking on the 73 Chargers. Damn, LA got back-to-back night games in that stadium.
How
Killing
shocking.
Too.
Later's Rage. Thanks for stopping by, brother.
Yes, sir, Rage. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go.
He said apparently the kids need dinner.
Yeah, you got to feed them.
Right.
I'm gonna go. I think Baltimore bounces back and wins this game. But dude, I think JK is gonna try to come out there and destroy him.
See, you're not gonna run on the Ravens. You can throw on the Ravens all day, but you're not gonna just be running all over them like that. JK better chill out. He might end up hurt again. That's all I'm saying.
They're gonna try to win this for JK.
Yeah, like I don't want that guy to get injured. And that front 7 of the Ravens, yeah, that part of the defense is still good. So, I got the Ravens. They're favored by 3. Atlanta, Buffalo, the Bengals, Saints, Jets, and Jaguars all have bye weeks this week. That is the Week 12 prediction. It is still 0-0 between the Steelers and the Browns. Georgia Tech just scored the field goal over NC State. So if you're into college football, Georgia Tech is up 10-7 over NC State right now. Before I let you go,
Yes, sir.
He said it's snowing. The Steelers missed the field goal.
Oh fuck! After he made all of them last week.
Right, I need to look at my fantasy teams. I really don't know who I got starting. I know I got a couple of players for the both teams actually. But yeah, Tyson, Jake Paul. What's your thoughts on the fight?
It was a POS fight, bro. I mean, it was just a mismatch. I think obviously it was just a money grab. I don't know. That's all I have for it. Didn't live up to the hype. I think Tyson looked blown up.
Do you think it was rigged, like people are saying?
I want to say no, but it wouldn't shock me. I mean, Tyson took some blows to the face. I mean,
He
It's
wasn't
not-
throwing
I-
no punches.
He wasn't, no. But
I looked at it.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was rigged. He
What-
went the whole distance too. I mean,
Well, he better not knock out Tyson. So he probably would have got jumped if he knocked Tyson out. Yeah, I don't understand people panicking for WWE. Like, it was 60 million watching. It's not going to be 60 million people watching Monday Night Raw.
yeah, the people that are panicking over that are, I'm sorry, they're dumb.
Yeah, facts.
I mean, hello, there was how many people trying to watch that all at one time?
Right.
You're not going to get that much traction for Raw.
And then Jay Cross said go on Reddit. The script was leaked. So I've been hearing things saying that Tyson got 20 million if he did knock Jake Paul out, and if he would have won or knocked Jake Paul out, it would have been like 2 million. And so, like, people are slowing the video down. My initial thoughts was Tyson is 58. He started off hot. He can move his upper body still great, but his legs are showing to be 58. Plus, he had a knee injury. So that's how I looked at it. That upper body wise, he can still move and he can still throw punches, but
absolutely
his legs just couldn't do what he needed them to do. And if he would have had his legs, kind of like what they were in those training videos, it would have been a different story. I think Tyson would have knocked him out, no matter if the contract said you get paid less. I think Tyson would have came after him, especially after getting hit in the third round to the point where he's biting his gloves from frustration, trying not to bite Jake. But I don't know, man. You never know with a Jake Paul fight what's going on. It got shadiness written all over it.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. I mean, we can't really take his fight serious until he fights like a legit fighter.
Yeah, now they talking about setting up Logan Paul and Tyson at WrestleMania. So that's when they did that, I was like, you know what? You're right. This is some BS. This is scripted. Right.
Get the fuck out of here with that. Man.
The longer it went, the more money he made, says Jay Cross. That fight, speaking of wrestling, hold on, what did he say? He said he had a biting fixation, which he does. It's a good thing he was biting the gloves.
Someone's ear off almost. I mean, yeah.
They're saying that he was doing that biting because he was frustrated because he had to hold back. And that's the reason he was biting his glove. And
who knows?
It could be true. I mean, it could be true. But speaking of wrestling, I don't even know if I want to. We'll save the bloodline. So I plan on doing a wrestling show hopefully this weekend, Sunday.
Right.
But NXT is cooking. Women's division is cooking. AEW Full Gear is Saturday. I just don't understand nothing that's going on in the storyline. Like, it's gonna be a good show match wise because they always put on good pay-per-views. I just don't understand what the hell is going on with none of these stories. Can you help me out with any of it? The Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole and Roddy Strong all of a sudden being faced with the Kingdom. Like, MJF ain't been there. He haven't been there in weeks. Like, what's the deal, bruh?
No, there's not much I can really say about AEW. There's not much positive things I can say about AEW. I'm not a hater. I enjoy AEW for the most part, but this last year it's been pretty bad. To the point to where, if I didn't enjoy doing these watch-alongs on Twitch, I probably wouldn't go live for Full Gear on Saturday. I have no interest level for this pay-per-view. Obviously, AEW, like you said, delivers on pay-per-views. They always do a good job, but there's like maybe 2 or 3 matches on this card that I'm even looking forward to. I think the Dynamites have been straight up trashed the last couple of weeks. The booking is all over the place. There's no, it's
the way they're booking Camille and the way they book Mariah May since she won that championship has just been horrible.
Bad. Yeah, I agree.
Like, she came out the hottest storyline outside of Swerve and Hangman, and finally got the title at their biggest show, and it's just been downhill ever since. Like, her run is worse than Cody's on WWE.
The thing with Camille is like I didn't see much of the hype around her because I didn't really watch NWA.
She was a beast in NWA.
But like she was supposed to be like this monster force to take over the division and the women's division and this, that, and the other. And she's looked like a loser. She looks like a dummy. You know, you have Mercedes. I mean, obviously we know what's going to end up happening. We saw it with MJF and Wardlow. Wardlow ended up, had enough and he hit MJF and they had a feud. So obviously that will probably play out soon. But they have fumbled the ball with Camille, 100%. Yeah, and Mercedes too. Like I have no interest in her either.
But it's been so bad that even when she does turn on Mercedes, the crowd ain't gonna pop like they did for Wardlow.
No,
like that's how bad she's been booked, and Mercedes ain't been booked no better either. But she has creative control, so I blame it on herself. But yeah, this is stupid. Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, like, what is Kyle doing? What's his point? Is he in a what is it called, a conglomerate or what?
Yes.
Like, what is he doing?
Yeah, the thing with that is this: I think they're trying to relive the past, what was in NXT, and they're going to try to get the Undisputed Era back together. But that's just
so
blown
what about
past,
the rest
man.
of the kingdom?
They probably turn on Cole or turn on Strong or something. I don't know, man. I try to think about this stuff all the time. I have no clue what AEW is doing at the moment.
And then Orange Cassidy, he's getting jumped by 5 people in the ring. Nobody comes to save him. Y'all understand he told people to stay in the back, but seriously, bro, they duct taped your hands to your side. And then there's one point, bro, you're getting beat down by the baddest, the biggest, baddest group in the whole company, and you do your hands are taped to your side, and you do your gimmick kicks in the middle of it. Like,
yeah,
what?
and we're supposed to. I don't get how we're supposed to take OC seriously. I've said it on the show before. When he's serious and he's not doing the stupid gimmick, he's a good wrestler. Like we've seen good matches from him, but doing that to where he's, instead of actually trying to fight, you have him do his stupid kicks. That was so fucking awful.
And nobody came out until the whatever their name is. That group said, "Okay, we're done." So it's like, all right, we go out and see what's up.
And they untape him, and they make this whole big deal how he's still standing after the beat
And then he
down,
put his hands in his pockets again. It's like he never got beat up.
Yeah,
I legit might not watch this weekend. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No, AEW Dynamite just leaves me with scratching my head a lot.
Yeah, I legit might not watch this weekend, but this Sunday I plan on going live. I think Push Play. I know Dark said Sunday was gonna be good. I think Showtime is gonna join. Tony, if you want to join, let me know.
Yeah, if I got nothing going on Sunday, I'll pop in.
So Sunday we should be bringing the Budget Cut podcast back for the wrestling. We'll take a deeper dive. Really, Sunday is gonna be mainly for War Games. Predictions and everything, because I still have questions about War Games, and I have a couple of scenarios that could possibly play out.
Right.
So we'll say that for Sunday. Wednesday, Maya World will be returning to the show, so that'll be our second interview with her. Last year we did it the day before Thanksgiving, I believe, and she's just been everywhere. Like she said last year at the end of the show that they just learned her name, but in 2024 she's gonna take off, and she took off. She's been in AEW, she's been in Ring of Honor, she's been in she's the current Reality of Wrestling tag team champions right now.
Shit. Nice.
She's been in Hawaii defending championships. I mean, not Hawaii, Jamaica defending championships. She's been in Mission Pro. She's been everywhere. You name it. She's been everywhere outside of WWE. She's been in GCW. She's been killing it. So we got Maya Ware joining us. So stay tuned for that on Wednesday.
Yeah.
That will be up on YouTube. So make sure you follow Dope Content on YouTube. That'll be on the website as well, dopecontent.com. Are you doing a watch along Wednesday?
I will be, yes.
So Thanksgiving is next Thursday. Are we doing another day?
That's your call. Thanksgiving night I should be able to do
Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
Because I know Thanksgiving night I'm gonna be out of town. So
Tuesday, I'm good. Tuesday works.
Okay.
What time? 6 o'clock, usual time?
yeah,
Or
you-
7 o'clock? Wait, 6
What-
to 6. Yeah.
NXT is, so let's do it earlier if possible.
I don't care about, I mean, I watch NXT, but I don't do a watch along for it. So 6 works for me.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll figure out the time for sure on that day. WWE fans said hopefully she gets WWE ID. I'm sure she will. Like, Booker T is working with her for a reason. That's how Jacob Fatu got to WWE. Booker T brought him in, and it was like, hey, y'all need to take a serious look at Jacob Fatu and stop playing around. Next thing you know, Jacob was in the bloodline. So Booker T put the championships on her instantly. So, and then,
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that. That's what we got coming up this week.
Yeah.
If we don't see, or if y'all don't see none of my streams, I'm gonna tell you Happy Thanksgiving now. Oh, your Spurs are getting whooped 32-17.
No Wimby, though, bro. No Wimby.
It don't matter.
Fucking-
It's Utah. We lost to Utah too, so I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
But Luka is out. I wrote an article on that today. Luka is out for the next week. He's got a sprained wrist on his shooting hand. Come to find out, even though he clowned during that game against the Pelicans, he got injured. So Luka is out. Next 3 they got Denver, Miami, and Atlanta. So be on the lookout for that if you're into the Mavericks at all. G Dog, come make sure you're in my chat, G Dog, when we whoop your Hawks. I know you lurking in here. WWE fans said go Cavs. Man, forget the Cavs. They cost me my parlay losing to the Bucks. I mean, losing to Boston the other night. But shout out to the Cavs. They doing all right, man. So
They are, dude.
Anything you want to shout out before we get out of here?
Nah. Thanks for having me as always. Looking forward to talking some football next week, and we'll see how the games go this weekend.
About it. Shout out to everybody on Twitch.
Yeah.
Have a great Thanksgiving as well if we don't see you.
Right. Everybody on YouTube. Appreciate y'all. All the people that's joining on what's this app? X. Twitter. Yeah. I still call it Twitter. Your mama called you Twitter. I'm gonna call you Twitter. Appreciate everybody that's joining on X. There's not a live link for Blue Sky yet. I just signed up for Blue Sky. I haven't used it. Fanbase is another app I've been using because you can monetize it immediately. So I just joined Fanbase as well. So you know how it goes. All these apps, everybody like, I don't want to join apps. I'm a content creator. I'm gonna just sign up at least just in case it does, take
Absolutely.
off. So you don't want to miss the wave. Because people didn't think Facebook was gonna be what it was. Because MySpace at the time was dominating when Facebook started. So, and now look at Facebook. So, and then the same with Twitter. People like, Twitter, it's gonna be good for a while because we got Facebook and MySpace. But now look at Twitter. So, just don't want to miss the wave as a content creator. But shout out to everybody that's joined on YouTube. Make sure you like the video on YouTube. Shout out to everybody on, I almost said TikTok, Twitch. Shout out to everybody on Twitter, and then until next week, man, y'all be safe.
Take care, y'all.
Well, have a good one.
Yeah. Yeah.